Well, we're closing in on the end of this project. We're getting close, and I wanted to show you how I do the fret leveling. And what I do is I start all the way back. I've done most of them. I didn't want to bore people with the whole set of frets, but I stopped right around in here. And what you do is you go along. When the frets are closer together, I use any straight edge, but as a rocker, you just check there's no rocking motion. As the frets get further apart, I use the longer edge. And I measure in 5 places across the width of the fret. And here's about where I stopped on like the 4th or 5th fret. That one's fine. You hear that? A little bit of wobble. A little bit of wobble. So that means this has to come down. So I'll mark it. Center's fine. Treble's fine. Far treble's fine. So I take the fret file, and it's just a little bit of rock. So that's about it, and then I check it again. It's better, we're about halfway there. About half the rock is taken out. This is a fret file. I don't know if you can see that, but it's rounded, and it'll take down the height of a fret, or it'll dress down a flattened fret. It'll bring new life into a fret, and those are fine. So they're good. I'll polish that fret up a little later. Now we can move to this fret. No rock, no rock, no rock, no rock, no rock. Second to the last one, 2nd fret. And that's actually the last one because the 1st fret, there's nothing to gauge. So that's it. And the way that I polish the fret up, I just take a little bit of steel wool and go over the fret that I filed. Polish it right up. Polish the fretboard on either side of it. And go right down the whole thing. I had already done these, but just to give you an idea, I'll run down the whole thing, which is pretty much what I did. So now, take the new saddle. The saddle's going to go in the new bridge, and strings will go on, and I'll check for intonation. Measure the height, get the height right for the action, and then measure for intonation and get the intonation right. Intonation is very important to me because I want it to play right. I put all these 60, 70 hours into a guitar. I want it to sound right. So intonation, harmonics is very important to me. You can tune a guitar so that you tune it at the 5th fret and it sounds right, but then you do our harmonic pluck at the 12th fret and it doesn't sound right, or you do the 5th and 7th tuning and they sound out. And what that means is that if you play a bar chord or 9th chord or something up on the ninth or 10th or 7th fret even, and it can be out of tune, and it's because of the intonation, the actual measurement of the string between the nut and the saddle. So the saddle's done, the bridge is done. I've got the new holes drilled. They're rounded out, and I've notched them a little bit for the round over toward the saddle. Those will be adjustments that I'll make along the way. And then if that goes well, all I gotta do is find a plug that'll fit that. I have plenty of plug, a strap pin. I have plenty of older strap pins, but none of them that fit that big of a hole. I have one that's too big for that hole, and about a dozen or so that are too small. So I might contact the client and just see if he wants me to plug it and then use a more contemporary strap pin, a metal one. But that's about it. So I'm going to turn you around, show you the guitar, and I'll turn the video off at this point. But this is it. A lot of work. I'm at about 35 hours at this point. So I'll be posting more soon.